So they have challenged the bullpen a little bit in the first 3 games, and hopefully Luis can go at least 5 today. They would love to see him go 6 against Dominican and the U.S. He also pitched in 4 spring training games. Right back to Luis. He knocks it down with a glove and a lob to first base for the first out. Garcia retires Tim Anderson. A ball hit hard to left field over the head of Jolks, but Corey tries to play it quickly off the scoreboard, gets by him. Now he recovers a little late, and Robert gets the second. In 3 days this year than last year. Ground ball right side. Jose Abreu makes a nice play along the line. Robert will cross over to third, but that's the second out of the inning. Dangerous hitter in the middle of this lineup. Goes down swinging. Luis Garcia picks up his first strikeout, strands a runner on third.
His time with San Diego, now signing a 1-year deal with an option with the Chicago White Sox last season. 4.33 was the ERA, whip at 1.20.
2-1 pitch is hit high in the air, carrying to right. Colas all the way back, though, has room and puts it away about 2 feet in front of the wall. Course of the season. And he goes down for a 5th time already this year as he strikes out for the second out of the inning. Friday with a bases clearing double against the lefty Jake Diekman. Tucker has drawn his team leading 4th walk of the early part of the season as he about rule changes today. We encourage you to join us during the broadcast by sending your tweets to @ATSportsNetSW. Tucker's thinking about going 180 feet on that wild pitch. He thought about it, but then he gets back to second base as Grandal in the middle of a runner on. Tucker timed out that perfectly, and they hit Jose Abreu.
Yeah, there have been some hit batters in this ball.
Of the World Series last year. As he goes down on 3 pitches, Clevenger is a baseball in 20 years in Seattle. This ball hit down the line. Yoan Moncada continues his hot start. He's got extra bases. Tucker will dig it out of the corner as Moncada leads off with a double. And Moncada and Tim Anderson have been red hot. Now Garcia hits Andrew Vaughn with a breaking ball. The slider stayed in, so we've had a couple of hit by pitches the last 2 half innings. Trouble here as he faces Yasmani Grandal. Grandal lines a single to right in between first and second. They're going to hold the runner at third. Eddie Rodriguez puts up the stop sign, but the bases are loaded very quickly here.
From Oscar.
See, the last year those 4 guys would have been violators on their average pitch in between. Times he has faced Luis Garcia in his career. And he goes down here. Big back-to-back strikeouts by Luis. Yoan Moncada, now Tim Anderson. Anderson chops one over the head of Garcia. In comes Dubon to make the play, and Luis works out of a bases-loaded, no-out jam. And none for Kansas City coming into today. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Chaz hit by that pitch on the left hand.
3rd catcher on this roster.
There goes the runner. The pitch is up. The throw is high, and Chad slides in between the legs of Elvis Andrus for his 2nd steal of the year. 3-2 pitch coming, and Jolks goes down on strikes.
Frank, of getting your legs behind you and really striding towards second.
Dubon looking for a bunt hit, and the throw is in time. Dubon retired. A pick at first base on a good play by Moncada. The process. The 3-2 pitch is up, and he's frustrated with himself as Maldi draws a walk. Maldi drew a big walk in the game. Walk. Pena, slow grounder to the left side. Moncada will make the play. And that'll do it for the Astros.
Home plate, so the pitchers absolutely know how much time they have.
3-1 pitch is grounded to behind the bag at third. Bregman, a strong throw to get Luis Robert Jr. for the first out.
And now you see, I mean, he looks completely comfortable in this white.
Ground ball right side. Abreu will flip to Garcia for the second out.
So that would explain why Mike
Umpire doesn't call it, then there's no issue there.
Well, Mike,
well timed.
Good timing on that.
The pitcher as well, you know, he gets to that 1-2 seconds, the chances of them coming over after 1 disengagements are very slim. So we're starting to
baseman maybe not playing in that 4.5 hole or the shortstop. Get down.
Get past him.
Yep. Almost
go. So yeah, you're going to see the second baseman kind of playing aggressively and reacting to some of the pitching.
I like that. I would imagine it's pretty tough when a guy does get on first base, how to position that second baseman.
Yeah, you know, looking at we're looking at stuff like spray charts, right? And going to work every day, you know. And we talk about Doobie and we talk about Hensley, but you know, Pena.
3-2 the count. Close pitch taken, but a little bit low. Ball 4, and that'll be a walk issued by Garcia. He is
parkas, the gloves.
Oh,
little fly ball to left field. Julks has it lined up in front of the warning track. Corey puts it away. JMI will be full effect in Minneapolis.
Woo. Can ice skate on it.
Yeah, not exactly boating weather this time. There's a line drive. Grandal has hit the ball hard twice as he finds the ball all the way to the wall. Tucker will have to hustle to prevent a run, and he does. But Grandal now 2 for 2.
A little bit longer with the extra time.
Yeah, his throw is timing off as he pops him up on the infield. Foul territory. Alex Bregman now drifts back into fair territory and puts it away. That with 4 strikeouts against Garcia. Puts the ball in the air, playable for Chas McCormick. He'll drift back to his left and put it away for the final out of the inning. Pitching as he faces a tough righty here for the second straight night as he goes down on strikes. As Clevenger now has 6 strikeouts of the first.
Route make the adjustment, and here he is in the show playing for his childhood favorite team.
And a guy who went to the World Series as a fan last year.
It's amazing.
Nobody on. Dubon tried to bunt for a hit. His first time up, sends this one to deep short, bobbled by Anderson, and that's going to be costly. Even if he gloved it cleanly, it would have been a tough play. This ball lofted into right field. Kolash drifts near the line. He'll have room, it appears, and he does for the final out of the inning.
Just a matter of can they get some of that pitching back.
They've struggled in the bullpen so far in this series. The Astros have 8 runs scored in 8 innings against this White Sox. Luis Robert is hit out for a home run. Robert has a double, now a home run in this game. And it's 1-0 White Sox on that line drive to the Crawford boxes.
Well, he's taken some very good swings off Luis Garcia. So Luis Robert getting a handle on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball down. That first swing, when he hit it, a double off that left field wall. It came off the bat at 113 plus. This one comes off the bat at 110 plus. But you can see Maldonado setting up inside, and that fastball leaked out over the middle part of the plate. And Luis Robert takes advantage of it. And to your point about the catchers for the White Sox hitting well, that's the first
addition in the middle of that lineup as he bats here. Sends this one to center field. Chas was shaded the other way, so he'll have to cover some ground, and does for out number 2. Mix and match towards the back end of their bullpen. We've only seen the lefty Aaron Bummer once so far in this series. Eloy Jimenez grounds one to short. Well, Luis Garcia has worked out of a couple of jams in this game, but he's 0 for 2 today. Hit a ball deep to right field his first time and takes a close pitch. The call goes against him. Bregman does have 1 walk so far on the season. Scored a run when he walked. As he walks here for the second time, Alex, a 1-out base runner.
Early, both to lead off innings and to get RBIs.
This one popped foul, third base side, playable for Moncada for the second out.
But the idea,
yeah, that's something we'll watch for during the course of the year. Jose Abreu, he's a guy that we don't even have to talk about with the shift because he hits the ball all over the field whenever there was a shift allowed. There is a ball into right field. Colas on the move, and he makes a sliding catch. That ball tailed a little bit to the right fielder. 6-7, Yohan Moncada and Yasmani Grandal are combined 3 for 3 with a walk, and that is now 4 for 4 with a walk as Moncada is 2 for 2 with a walk himself, trying to get to second. Tucker's throw not quite in time. His second double of the game. Moncada.
Dubon.
Now Andrew Vaughn loops one into left center field. Great read by Moncada. He knew that would be down right away, so he'll score without a throw. And Andrew Vaughn has himself an RBI single. It's now 2-0 White Sox. That's ball 4, and for 2 runners and nobody out. He came on the other day in a runner on second no out situation and did not allow a run, but this time an inherited run will score as Andrew Vaughn will cross the plate on that opposite field double. Oscar Colas adds to the inning with an opposite field double to make it 3-0 White Sox. Definitely down today. That ball in on Andrews, and that hits him. That'll be a bases loaded situation for the White Sox heading to the top of their order.
So you're kind of putting them in an awkward spot before the starting staff gets comfortable enough to start pushing these games back a little bit.
The inning with 82 pitches, and that didn't go well. This ball popped up. Shallow center field. Somebody needs to call it. Tucker and McCormick converge. Tucker makes the call, and you're not going to try and score from third on Tuck. Last year before a hamate bone injury ended his season, and Maton gets out of further trouble. Allows that initial double to make it a 3-0 game, but then 6th inning. And that is low, just below the zone. Didn't help Dick Grandal, didn't pick it cleanly. Appearances for the Giants. There goes the runner, and the pitch is low, and that is a stolen base for Chas McCormick. He's one off. Now he's already up to 3 in 2 games played. 3-2 pitch grounded left side. That will not move the runner. Anderson there. Julks hustling all the way, but he's thrown out by a step and a half for out number 1. This one towards the middle. Chas might have crossed over on that ball. Was to Tim Anderson's left. Tough read for the guy at stolen bases in a season. Was 2018 when he had 19. Maldonado into center field. Being held up at third is McCormick, and that's where now, had he crossed over on that ground ball, would have, as Pena tries to keep it alive with 2 strikes and 2 outs. That one gets by. Chas is going to try and score. Grandal's throw not in time. It's 3-1 as Chas McCormick scores on the pitch that gets away. And then today, no runs against Clevenger. Swing and a miss. Santos comes back to win that battle on a 101-mile-an-hour fastball.
The ring. I want to be the first one to see it. So he was the first name called, guys, to see what the ring looked like. And of course, like you saw in the video, he had a blast with it. But he threw out the first pitch in the offseason for a winter ball team where he's from in the Dominican Republic. And so, you know,
% of his life, but he lets it go. Gotta love Murph. Off of Abreu to Dubon. What a play to end the inning. If the Astros come back and win this game, Murph's going to celebrate like that in the 7th inning. This one on the ground to second base. Elvis Andrus is there on a couple of hops, and Bregman is retired for the first out of the inning. Last year in this first series of the season, Tucker shoots one the other way on a 1-1 pitch, but Benintendi is there, moves back into his right to make the play for out number 2. Matched up before. Bummer has spent his career with the White Sox, and he gets his former teammate on a soft ground ball. Vaughn will shovel to Bummer, and Bummer has a good inning coming out of the bullpen.
Team that comes in here reeling as you see Seth Martinez coming out of the bullpen in relief of Phil Maton. First pitch, pop up. Good play by Jeremy Pena, moving back in front of.
A little tapper, and against Bregman's defensive positioning, that's going to be a base hit. Right off the end of the bat, but perfectly placed by Colas for his second hit of the game. Hit. Since then, he is over his last 8. Pitch up and in. The runner on the move, Colas, is going to pick up a stolen base. We also have a Stroh poll asking of your opinion. This one sharply hit, but right there is Bregman. Andrus will sit on 1999 for another at bat. At the ball in the next inning, the Astros able to get to Graven in that game Friday night. Chas McCormick all the way back, looking up, and this is off the wall in center field. Tim Anderson has driven in a run with an RBI double. Oscar Colas scores as Anderson pop up on the infield. Jose Abreu makes the call on the catch, and that will do it. But the White Sox had a run with 2 outs on the RBI double out of the ballpark potentially. Called third strike. Graveman dots one up on the outside corner during the last 2 games for the Astros in center field. And he's on base for a 3rd time today. Chas McCormick on base 3 times in his first start. Is on base 3 more times today in start number 2. Starting his 3rd straight game. And that is right on the outside corner, just like he did with David Hensley. Graveman slowly hit right side. Andrus will take the sure out at first, and that will do it for the Astros in the 8th. Just off the edge. Martinez tried to. And right there for called third strike. Not sure what Jimenez was looking for, but it wasn't the fastball as he goes down looking for out one. Guy behind him in the lineup, Yoan Moncada. Moncada sends one deep to left field. Schultz looks up. This guy's incredible. Yoan Moncada, 2 doubles, adds a home run to that total. He is absolutely on a tear as he has 8 hits in this series and 3 extra base hits today and adds to the lead. It's now a 6-1 White Sox lead.
A couple of home runs in this series now for Moncada. Got Urquidy yesterday, and both of his home runs going to the opposite field. Not a terrible pitch on that outside edge. There's a lot of hitters around the league green with envy, not because of the shoes.
Amongst all the early leaders in the offensive categories, Andrew Vaughn sends one to center field. And the Cal Bear, who will turn 25 years old tomorrow to match his number, ends his final day as a 24-year-old with a double to center field. He did warm up yesterday, so he, in essence, almost like he's pitching in a 3rd straight game because he got heated yesterday. And now Grandal follows with a single. Dusty does not want to use anybody else in his. Pops this one into shallow left. Corey Joltz coming on. Don't think they can score Vaughn. They won't even try it in a 6-1 lead, as Joltz would have thrown him out. Ground ball to third. Bregman on one big hop will make the play, and Andrews will have to wait for his time in Chicago to get hit number 2,000 in his. Down low, got a 1,000 on base percentage as he draws a walk as a pinch hitter here to start the 9th inning. On a walk, he's on deck. That one gets away. Well, Salazar will advance to second base. It'll be another wild pitch charge. Down at 101, and the Astros have 2 runners on without the benefit of a hit. A couple of hit batters. Bregman goes down on strikes. Alex has struck out 3 times in this game in the last few seasons as their bench coach. Tucker sends one high and deep to left center field. Back goes Benintendi. Over comes Robert. Robert makes a great sliding catch. He covered a lot of ground to get there. Initially, I thought Benintendi would get there, but Robert strike here. And Abreu keeps the game alive with a base hit to right. That'll be his 2nd RBI in an Astros uniform. Another hit for Jose. Runner goes to third, and crossing the plate, Cesar Salazar in his first game as a major leaguer scores a run. It's now 6-2. There's a base hit into right field. Now a 6-3 game. And the Astros will bring the tying run to the plate. David Hensley, a sharp single, keeps the game rolling.
Back to back.
The Pedro Gafal and the White Sox. That's going to be.
That's a 3rd disengagement.
To the game. Broken bat looper, and it's going to be playable for Andrew Vaughn. So Lopez on 37 pitches, able to get 3 outs in the 9th inning, and the White Sox salvage a split as they win the game 6-3. The Astros strand 12 tonight, but they lose this game and end up with a series split. We'll have more, including the post-game show, coming up right around the corner.